Hi everybody, Bradley here with another review. This is a review that we've been waiting for. Everyone's been waiting for this movie, just like me and you and my friends. Beetlejuice. But first, before we get to it, I wanted to give another shout out to the movie that I saw last week, Strange Darling. If you want to see a great movie, a really great movie, probably definitely the best horror movie of the year I've seen so far, and probably top three best pictures of the entire year. So go see Strange Darling. It's a small independent film. I've got a link, or I should have a link to my review of Strange Darling. I can't tell you anything about it because it would spoil it. But you got to go see it if you love thrillers, if you love horror movies. This one will play with your feelings, play with your emotions, and you'll love the thrill ride. All right, now to Beetlejuice. What did I think? It was fine. It was fun. It was like what everyone was wanting, those warm and cozy feelings that you get from a high school reunion. It was pretty much all of that. Getting to see the old gang back together again, and yeah, that's pretty much what it was. My favorite part of the movie was I'm not going to tell you because it's a spoiler-free review, but it had to do with fish. And in those of you that have seen it, you know what I'm talking. The fish was my favorite part of the movie. That made me laugh for several minutes because the scenes went on a little bit with the fish. So that was my favorite part. The good things about it, the actors just all stepped back into their roles. All the new characters that were added were also great, and that's probably where my criticism would start coming into play, is that they didn't get into the story of the new characters. There was a lot there that they could play with. They were interesting. They were fun. Some people are saying that this was two scripts moving or combined into one script, because there were three villains in this movie. There's three villains, three bad guys, and they didn't get enough screen time, or they didn't resolve it, or they resolved it too quickly, and would have liked to have seen more play between the characters and the villains. There's some tense situations, and then boom, 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 suspense was finished. And so that is what my criticism is the new characters didn't really get a lot of screen time. There seemed to be, in my opinion, too much screen time given to the older characters. It's like they tried to give everybody equal screen time in the movie, and that made the first half of the film kind of drag for me. The movie, once it kicked into high gear in the second half, it really flew by. It was exciting. It was beautiful. It was vivid. It was fun. A couple of the song sequences went a little bit too long, but besides that, everything was great with it. Like I said, it was visually stunning. Just a few nitpicking things here and there concerning the story. Like I said, in the characters, wish there was a little bit more play within them. And Jenna Ortega was good. It seems like they didn't flesh out her character as much as well. They could have developed it a little bit more. Maybe they'll make a third one. I don't know if they'll do another one, but they started to get into her character and abilities, and that would have been great to have seen a little more of that. Also, the visually stunning. It was visually stunning. The only other criticism I have is that it felt a little watered down. I don't know if it's these kind of things you want to ask if it's more of the producers, is it the studios making these calls? but I felt like the horror aspect was toned down in comparison to his other films in the original Beetlejuice. I feel like it's been Disney-fied a little bit, and so he could have pushed the envelope a little bit more like he did. This movie never really seemed scary to me in any way like the first one was. So I don't know if they've toned that down so they could appeal to a larger audience, maybe more towards children, so they can enjoy it as well. So that's my explanation for that. But I wish they had made it a little more scary, and get back to the goth roots that Tim Burton came from. And there's actually a line in the movie that is a reference. I think he's speaking to himself with this line. One of the characters says, "Where's that?" Something to the effect, "Where's that beloved, dark, demented goth girl that we all grew to love? You need to find her." And I think that's what Tim Burton is saying to himself in this film. So it was good. It was fun. Again, everyone's going to say Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton didn't get enough screen time in this like the first one. But it was a lot more than what he had in the first one. So it was definitely an improvement on that. But they could have even given him more screen time. He just eats the camera up every time they put a camera on him. He's right in the middle, and you're enthralled with every facial feature, every whimsical smirk and smile and eye roll and everything. The character is just visually stunning and interesting, and all the other characters. And my friend Henry, who went with me, said he loved that all the different and inventive ways that they show dead people in the afterlife sequences. That's really fun. It's kind of like a glimpse into the Star Wars cantina scene in the Tim Burton creation, is getting to see all the different deaths and the way people have died, and how comical it is in a sad, demented kind of way. So that's my Beetlejuice review. I give it a 8 out of 10. If the critic in me wants to give it a 7.5, that seems to be what the Rotten Tomatoes also. I'm right in line with the Rotten Tomatoes scores. As the audience, I give it an 8. So I'm going to stick with the 8 as my rating, 4 stars, and the critic in me wants to give it a 7.5 because it's a better than average movie, and that's pretty much what it is in reality. But for those of you that are nostalgic and love the characters, you're going to love this movie, and the average moviegoer is going to also love this movie too. Sure, it could have been improved. Maybe they'll flesh out the other things that I stated before, develop the new characters a little more, spend time with them, maybe even bring them back if possible, because there's a lot of homage and that Easter eggs that Tim Burton gives to himself. You'll notice a lot of references to some of his other movies that he's done. He's kind of bringing everything back in the fold with this movie. For example, Beetlejuice's ex-wife that looks kind of like Morticia. She also looks almost exactly like Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So there's a lot of things like that you can look for that are references to Tim Burton's other movies. So that makes it more interesting and fun. And I hope you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up and do subscribe because I'm not monetized. I'm trying to get monetized, hopefully, and I need more subscribers to do so. So spread the word. Go see the movie. Let me know what you think, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. There's some reviewers out there that are panning it. And there is, like I said, there is some criticism to be made, but it's not bad in any way, shape, or form. You'll love it. Go see it. Go tell your friends. It's fun for everybody.